These are the absolute best combos you can use to get open in NBA 2K25. Everyone that is watching right now will benefit from this video. That is a promise. Let's start off by giving you guys my dribble moves, but first, if you could drop a like, I'd really appreciate that. 1,000 likes would be fantastic, but let's get into those dribble moves. If you're not starter 4 and don't have some of these moves, that's okay. I'm going to show you what moves to put on instead, starting with your signature size up. If you're not starter 4, you don't have Darius Garland or Steve Francis, so put on Trae Young. The next one is your crossover. If you don't have De'Aaron Fox, that's completely okay. Put on Devin Booker instead. This has nothing to do with starter 4, but a lot of people don't like Darius Garland because it gets bump stolen a lot. If you want to use Trae Young, that's completely okay. This also doesn't have to do with starter 4. If you don't like Levine and you want to put on Luka instead, you can do that as well. I then want you to go over to your controller settings, put your pro stick orientation on absolute, and then come down here to passive dribble hand switches, whatever it's called, and make sure this is disabled. You do not want this on. What do you like about Black Friday? The deals, right? Well, Raycon takes it to another level. Raycons already start at half the price of the other guys, but this Black Friday, they're stepping it up with up to 30% off site-wide. That's premium audio at an unbeatable price. These are my personal Raycon everyday earbuds, and they're packed with features that make them a must-have. My first favorite feature is active noise cancellation. It's perfect for tuning out distractions when I'm editing videos. And my other favorite feature is the new multi-point connectivity, which allows me to pair with 2 devices and switch between them at any time. And check this out, these have 32 hours of battery life, and if you're in a rush, you plug them in for 10 minutes and it gets you 90 minutes of listening. Plus, it supports wireless charging, so I just drop it on my charging pad and I'm good to go. Another thing I love about my Raycons is the sleek protective case. You know I had to go with the pink to match my MyPlayer, but the case is durable, compact, and it fits in my pocket without feeling bulky. I also wanted to add that these are genuinely the personal earbuds that I use every single day. They have so many features, they sound amazing, and they perfectly fit in my ears, which is really big for me, and I promise you, they have never fallen out, not one time, even while working out. It's time to save big for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Go to buyraycon.com/youngdirk today to get up to 30% off site-wide. That's right, you'll get up to 30% off everything on Raycon's website when you go to buyraycon.com/youngdirk. Huge shout out to Raycon. Thank you to Raycon for sponsoring today's video. All right, our first move is the Lowry Slide. This move is super easy to do, but it's so effective and you need to learn how to do it. I love to do this, especially with screens. I'll run one way, hit the Lowry Slide, and boop, they'll nail the screen, and I'll get the wide open midi, the wide open 3, or the wide open lane to the basket. It's called the Lowry Slide because you do this with the Lowry hop jumper. That is the only animation you need to do this move. All you're doing is, let's say you're running to the right. You're holding your right trigger the entire time. You're going to hold your right stick to the left and then just run the other way. And if you're running left, hold your right stick to the right. You're gonna get the animation and then run back right. It is literally that easy. I'm gonna explain how to do it again. Pay attention. Let's say you're running right. Okay, so whenever you do a dribble move and you're just running right, you're holding the right trigger the whole time. You're going to push and hold your right stick to the left. The hop jumper is going to activate, and then just run back the other way out of it. And you can just do this back and forth, going right, left, right, left, right, left. Now, based on the angle of your left stick will actually determine the animation speed boost that you get out of it. I feel like the more horizontal that your left stick is, the faster speed boost you will get. This move right here is one of the glitchiest, cleanest moves in the game. This is the push peek. It is a quick stop out of your push dribble. It's just so hard to guard. It's super fast, and there's no way to like guess when you're gonna shoot. You can either keep push dribbling and running, or you could just shoot the ball. Great move. Let's break it down. First, you gotta learn how to push dribble. Very easy. You have to do it behind half court though, and I'll teach you how to do it like going into the front court-ish, but you have to do it behind half court. You're holding the right trigger the whole time, and you're just flicking up on your right stick. Very easy. To make this the most effective, you have to do your push dribble right when you're about to cross half court, and if you time it right, you'll be able to start your push dribble like right as you're crossing it to get really close to the three-point line. Also, keep in mind the threes court is a lot smaller than the Pro-Am court. It's way easier to do this on 3v3, but you can still do it in Pro-Am if your three ball is high enough or if you have takeover. Okay, so how do you do the push peek? You have to do your push dribble on a slight angle angle. You cannot do this running straight forward. The push dribble has to be on a slight angle or you will not be able to shoot out of it. Now, the only way to shoot out of this and why you get this super glitchy animation is because you're gonna shoot with your right stick. I'm not talking about rhythm shooting. I'm talking about actually shooting with your right stick. So you're gonna hit your push dribble on an angle, and as soon as the ball is about to come into your hand, pause, you're gonna push and hold your right stick down diagonal or up diagonal to the opposite side which you were sprinting. So if you're running right, you're gonna flick and hold your right stick down diagonal left. And if you're running left, you're gonna flick and hold your right stick down diagonal right to shoot the ball. If you do it at the wrong angle or too slow, it'll look like this. I try to shoot it right after the ball touches the ground. This move right here is very important. What you are seeing is me canceling out of my Curry escape and getting an immediate speed boost. Okay, watch this. Look how long I have to wait before I'm able to actually speed boost out of the escape. It takes a while, it's gotta play out. We don't like that, right? Now look at this. See how much faster it is? I can instantly, at any point, cancel out of the animation and run out of it. To do this is actually pretty easy. We all know how to do our escape, right? We just hold our right trigger and flick our right stick to the opposite ball hand. So if the ball's in your left hand, you flick it right. To speed boost out of it, you're just flicking it to the opposite ball hand twice. So if the ball's starting in your left hand, you're flicking your right stick right, and then again, flick it right, and then run to the right. It is that easy. Look at the hand cam. Just flick the right stick twice in that direction and it'll cancel out the escape and you're able to get that immediate speed boost. This move right here is my go-to move and one of my favorite moves to do. It's so effective and so hard to guard and the defender has no idea which way you're trying to go. This is the escape spam. It's a little complicated, but with practice, you'll be able to get it down in no time. And to be honest, you don't have to spam it. You can just do it like that. You just got to do it once or twice. Wait until the defender starts to shift and move, and then just go the other way. You just got to read the defense, and you'll be able to get to the basket or get an open three, whatever, anytime you want. This move involves two things. One, your escape. We know how to do that. If the ball is in your left hand, you're holding the right trigger and flicking your right stick to the right. And then it involves your hesitation. So if the ball's in your right hand, you're holding the right trigger, flick the right stick to the right, and if the ball's in your left hand, flick the right stick to the left. So to spam this, you're just combining them. Let's take it step by step. You are holding the right trigger the entire time. You're gonna flick your right stick to the opposite side of the ball hand, and then flick it again to hit your hezi. So it's boom, boom, and you get the escape into the hezi. Now, after we hit the right stick the second time, we're gonna flick it back to the opposite side. For example, if the ball's starting in your right hand, you're gonna flick your right stick to the left 2 times and then back to the right. Now, if you wanna spam it, you're flicking your right stick to that same side twice, back and forth. So right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, and then run out of it. This is gonna take you a lot of practice, but it's such a good move. Master it and learn it. This next move is an absolute cook. It's the L2 cancel, and good news, you don't even have to press L2 this year. It's way easier than last year. Anybody can do it, and it's an absolute fry. And this move works regardless if you're using screens or isoing. The defenders are gonna be rattled, they're gonna be sliding all over the court, and you're gonna be getting open shots. You can do this out of any move, but I think it's easiest to learn and practice out of your signature size up, and you do that just by flicking your right stick any direction without holding the right trigger. I wanna say this first, if you get this animation, that's okay. You're doing the actual move right. The timing is just off, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so the concept of this move is actually very easy. It's just the timing that's the hard part. Let's say the ball is in your left hand. You're not holding the right trigger. You're hitting your size up, so you're gonna flick your right stick up diagonal right. Once you get that size up, as you guys know, to speed boost, you're then going to hold the right trigger, and you're gonna hold the right trigger throughout the entire move. So you're gonna run out of your size up, and as soon as you see the ball hit the ground, you're going to flick your right stick up diagonal left. So again, as soon as the ball hits right there, you're going to flick your right stick up diagonal left, and it's going to give you the cancel animation. And you're actually able to spam this move. I do it up the court to beat the press on 3s or 5s, and it's the same thing. As soon as you see the ball hit the ground going the other way, you're gonna flick your right stick up diagonal right or left to the opposite direction. Like I said, you can do this out of any move. You can do it out of the snatch back, the behind the back, out of the escape cancel, and to do the actual move is literally the same thing. As soon as you see the ball hit the ground, flick your right stick to the opposite direction, up diagonal right or left, and that's literally it. It's complicated, but it's easy once you understand the timing. This move right here is going to get you a lot of open shots. It's the escape into the Booker crab. If you do this correctly, you can glitch right through your man, get right in front of them, and it's impossible for them to get a contest. This move is very easy. You're just hitting your escape twice. So if the ball is in your left hand, you're flicking it right and then left while holding the right trigger. And that's how you get this animation right here. And then to hit your Devin Booker, you're just flicking up on your right stick. That's it. So to combine them, you're just hitting your escape twice, flicking up on the right stick for the Devin Booker, and then shooting the ball. It's literally that easy. The escape into the size up combo is a very easy, very effective move that can get you open, get you to the basket, get your teammates open, and you can spam it, and you can throw it into any type of combo you're trying to do and into any dribble sequence that you're doing to get open. I think at this point in the video, we all know how to do our escape and our signature size up. If you don't, you were skipping around, shame on you. To do this move is very easy. Let's say the ball is starting off in your right hand, you're holding your right trigger, you're flicking up diagonal left on your right stick, letting go of the right trigger, and then flicking up diagonal right on your right stick. You can also do this opposite, as in you can do your size up first and then your escape and then cancel out of it like we talked earlier. So let's say the ball is in your left hand, you're flicking your right stick up diagonal right for your signature size up, then holding your right trigger, flicking up diagonal left, cancel out of it, and then run. This is one of the best moves in the game. If you don't have the De'Aaron Fox crossover, I will give you guys an alternative. But this move, you guys, anytime you're trying to just glitz through somebody and just get to the basket, this is a great move to do. To do this move is very easy. Let's say you're running right, you're holding your right trigger the whole time. Obviously, that's how you run in 2K if you didn't know. You're just gonna flick your right stick up diagonal left, and you're gonna get the crossover animation. And if the ball is in your left hand, you're gonna flick your right stick up diagonal right. Now, unfortunately, to unlock the De'Aaron Fox crossover, you have to be starter 4. But this right here is Devin Booker. It is a great alternative, super, super good. This is what I was using until I hit starter 4, and I was frying dudes with this. The next combo is our Halliburton Hezzy into the behind the back. Such an easy move, yet so effective. The defender thinks you're gonna run one way, and then whoop, you hit him with the behind the back, and you're off to the races. I think by now we all know how to do our hesitation. If the ball is in your left hand, you're flicking your right stick to the left while holding the right trigger. And if the ball is in your right hand, you're flicking your right stick to the right while holding the right trigger. Let's say the ball is in your right hand, you're gonna hit your hezzy, and then you're going to flick your right stick down diagonal left to hit your behind the back. Now, you need to do this kind of quickly here, because if you don't, it's gonna drag you forward and you're gonna get bump stolen all the time. And this is why a lot of people prefer the Trae Young over the Darius Garland. But if you can control yourself and do it quick enough, it will not push you forward. You want to hit your behind the back as soon as you take that first step. And this, in my opinion, also looks the most effective because it looks like you're about to explode in that direction, and then you just whoop, you hit him with the behind the back. I personally think a great time to use this is out of your signature size up, because 90% of people are always going to run out of their signature size up, and you just hit them with this move and the defenders are going to go flying and you're going to have an open shot. This next move is an expansion of the last move. It's the behind the back spam. This is great with ISO. This is great with screens. It's actually very good with screens because you can just dance around it left and right, and the defender's just going to keep running into them, which will get you an open jump shot. It's pretty much the same controls as before, but after you hit your behind the back, you're just going to do it again. So let's say the ball is starting in your right hand, you flick your right stick right and then down diagonal left. Then you're going to flick it left and then down diagonal right. Then right down diagonal left, and then left down diagonal right. You're just spamming it over and over again. And it's the same thing with the last move. The quicker you do it, the better, because if you do it slow, it's going to drag you forward. So you want to do this as fast as possible. Just work your way up, start slow, and then speed it up, speed it up, speed it up, and then you'll be able to spam it like this. If you want 10 secret pro tips, watch that video on screen. It'll turn you into a GOAT. Drop a like on this video if it helped you out. Let's get this to 1,000 likes. I'd really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day. Go out.